Hello everyone, this is Ancestral Energy, Dovydas, Lukšas, Holistic Health Coach, and today I want to broaden your knowledge about TCMs and Taoist 5-element system, water element. So what, first of all, are these elements? So different ancient systems, for example, Hindu system has air, water, fire, earth, and akasha or ether, which is space. The ancient Greek system has air, water, fire, and earth, so only 4. And this Taoist system has 5 elements. So, what are those 5 elements? It is wood, it is fire, it is earth, it is metal, and it is a water element, which we are going to speak about today. So, first of all, these 5 elements, this is something you can find pretty much wherever you look. According to this system, the 5 elements are within you, but also they are in the environment which you are embedded in. Therefore, there's a constant relationship and exchange happening with the elements within, but also in the environment. So you can see it in a plant, you can see it in nature, you can see it in the ecosystems, you can see it in yourself. And even the purpose, you could say, is to do that alchemy, to balance those 5 elements within, to reach your peak or most harmonious state possible. So it's also in our planet. It consists of these 5 elements according to the system. So you can see them anywhere. Now, if we go deeper about the water element, so this is the simple, very simple drawing. It's water, so it's really, if we go immediately to the personality type, so as people, what kind of people are water element? It's really go with the flow people. If you have seen, or you probably have any friends that are, or maybe it's you actually, like whatever is happening, the people will find a way to just go with the flow. They aren't stuck too much in the past. They aren't thinking too much about future. They are here and now. So this is the aspect of water element. It likes to go with the flow. It doesn't like defined structure, such as, for example, metal element is very structured and organized. It's also not so stable as an earth element. Earth element is grounded and stable. Water element is not like that. It likes the motion, it likes the change, and it can also in a way thrive in the change. So this element has a very, very high adaptability in general. So adaptability to changes happening within, when you're going, maybe you're processing your healing or your emotional traumas, or you're learning new things, or life brings you some kind of huge change, and where some elements can be very resistant for a long time. The water element personalities, they are more, they can find the flow, they can adjust to changes, they can embrace the changes of life very successfully. So what is the direction? That is north, and as well as the season is winter. So it's also actually an element that actually prefers more a cold environment, and typically water element can experience like a higher risk of night sweats, or just more sweating in general. It's you see, it's also fluid. So it's, if we speak about organs, it's the organs governed are kidneys and bladder. So and this is also, it's part of the detoxification system, the filtration system, and kidneys are the yin organ, and bladder is the yang organ. So in this understanding, yin is something more that is within, and bladder is something that pushes things out, or is more proactive, whereas yin is more taking in. So I could make a separate video just on yin yang, and the symbol is it can explain so many things in life. So, but let's stick to the water element. So kidneys and bladder is, as I said, is a very important system for detoxification and filtration, and it removes excessive compounds of metabolism, such as ammonia and different biologically active compounds. So bladder though is also more, it flushes the urine out. So here is this element, the water element, has a higher risk of kidney and bladder infections in general. Pretty much anything that relates with the flow of liquids in the body. So that's also your blood and also your lymphatic system. So this is something important for the water element as well, to stay hydrated. Of course, it's important for everybody, but this element may need it more because it's more prone as well to sweating. And kidneys and bladder as well, kidneys especially and bladder, they need the water so that the flow is happening. Yeah. All right, what else about this element? So it's a very creative and actually very spiritual as well element, in a sense that it has very high intuition, and it has it doesn't lack structures. Therefore, to express itself, these people typically need to go out of the defined structures, and they as well think very deep, and they are also the most introverted of the 5 elements. So they stay with themselves. And I forgot which philosopher, the Stoic philosopher, said, for magnificent things to be produced, solitude is needed. So water element is also fine with solitude. It doesn't need so much socializing, for example, like a like a fire element. So water element is happy by themselves typically, but at the same time it's also prone to think or to feel that being alone is okay. Sometimes the shadow of it can be expressed that the water element chooses to be alone even if they feel lonely. So because they're so much in their own flow, in their own bubble, you could say. But coming back to creativity, so these are the poets, and these are the writers and teachers, and water element is able to really give very insightful advice. Now, if we also come back to spirituality, so this element actually matures, like it is said that the kids, even like water element, matures faster, and it searches for meaning and purpose and depth in life. Therefore, if you start to ask such questions in quite an early age, it's also, life is kind of, it's a different experience of life for the water element. Now, the emotion that's associated with kidneys and bladder is fear. So fear is something that actually can, like just physiologically speaking, high amounts of fear and as well stress hormones can make the bladder system release the urine. So that's why it's connected with it in the first place. But water element typically struggles with fear of things. Therefore, by conquering fears in life, they can also grow and expand, but also in a way keep the kidney and bladder health better, because that's these emotions and physiology are interconnected in traditional Chinese medicine. So now I think another maybe shadow aspect that can be in the water element is this lack of grounding, because they are very, I said, like very go with the flow type of people. They're also can just go to such high topics of life and be concerned with spirituality or just very like creativity, and this you maybe that from the shadow perspective, this like homeless let's say, homeless art creative person. Could be that type of archetype where they lose the simple foundations of life, which is if you remember, like that the triangle of needs. So there's the basic survival needs, the shelter, the food, then there's a connection and love and belonging, and friends and family, and then are these higher topics of self-actualizing and other things. So in a way, this element feels also like, just in heart and in spirit, they feel that they want to go to those higher levels of consciousness. There's a pull, but it's very important to maintain just solid foundations, to take care and nurture yourself. And even though this element loves the change, it has a high ability to adapt and go with the flow, it's still important to balance itself by remaining stable and grounding. So it's this, in a way, yin yang. So in essence, that's the introduction to water element, and I hope this was knowledgeable and fruitful for you. This should provide some knowledge about who you are as a person if you're a water element, or this can help to understand the relationships with people who are a water element, and maybe, as I said, go through your friends list. Maybe you know somebody, or maybe it's you. So I hope you find this useful, and there's other elements in the series of these 5 elements that I just produced. If you want to see if that's your element, in the description you can find a free link where, by adding your details, you can actually figure out which is your dominant element. And if you would like a personalized consultation on the 5 element system in your case, and how to look into things like health and nutrition, as well as your way of life, your lifestyle, and relationships with other elements, I do that. You can register in the description. There should be a virtual calendar where you can choose a date, as well as you can just shoot me an email and I'll respond to you. So that's that. I hope you liked it, and let's keep updated and have a nice Zen flow. Ciao.